Hey everyone, it's Majam here and welcome to this new apartment speed build. So today I'm renovating my favorite apartment in San Myshuno, and I think it was also the first apartment I've played in when the City Living expansion pack came out. And I just really love this apartment because there's an upstairs and it's actually not a really big apartment. And it's really different from all the other apartments that we can see in Uptown, for example, because there's also upstairs in those apartments, but they are really big and the walls are really high. And this apartment has actually walls that I usually use in my builds, and I just really like it because you can actually fit a lot of bedrooms and you don't have to make this apartment really expensive. And at first, actually, I wanted to build this apartment as a starter apartment, but I got carried away with the decorating. So, yeah, I've added a little bit of money in the account. So when I was building this apartment, I was actually imagining 3 roommates living in it. And I've imagined an entire story for those Sims. So they are actually 3 women, and I was imagining that they met when they were at the university, maybe because they were dorm mates, or maybe because they just met at a party and they really got along. And instead of living on their own in really crappy apartment, they decided to move in together, so this way they could afford a really nice apartment together, which is this apartment. So that's why there's 3 bedrooms, and I try to reflect each of their personality in each of their bedroom. Like, for example, there's a bedroom for Sim that I was thinking would be a party animal, and she actually has a DJ booth in her bedroom because of course she would be organizing a lot of parties and she would like to be, you know, the entertainer in a way, and she would like to have a really high DJ skill, and she would be practicing it in her bedroom. Then there's another bedroom where there's going to be an easel, and I was actually imagining that this Sim would have studied maybe art history or just painting or photography, and she's someone really creative, so that's why she's going to have an easel in her bedroom. And then there's the 3rd bedroom, which we are going to be working on first actually, which is the bedroom downstairs. I was imagining a Sim really well organized and maybe stressed out all the time, so her bedroom is really tied up. Or at least that's what I wanted to go for. So right now I'm working on the living room, and I have to say that I've had a lot of fun playing with the move objects sheets and this bookshelf, because I think this is a bookshelf where you can place a lot of items, but without using the move objects sheets you cannot actually place that many items. And I always liked placing a TV just above, you know, this empty space of this bookshelf. And then I actually never really tried to do something like that. I've always seen builders do things like this, but I've never really tried it, and this was actually the first time I tried to really personalize an object to my liking and how I was imagining the Sims living in this apartment would have placed all those different items within the bookshelf. I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense to you, but I just tried to personalize the bookshelf to the taste of the Sims I thought would be living in here, basically. And also, doing this little thing with the new rugs that we've got with the Diwali update was actually pretty fun, because those plain rugs fit perfectly with those symbols that we can have with this new rug. Also, speaking of updates, I've actually recorded this speed build a couple weeks before we've got the update that came with cats and dogs, so there will be no shrinking objects or anything like that, because at the time I didn't even know that we were having so many things to play around in the build mode. Like, for example, the roofs are amazing, and I'm actually really happy to see those in the game, because I was thinking building a Victorian house or type of Victorian house, but the roofing is always the part that I'm having the most difficulty with in those kind of builds. But with all the new roofs that we've got, I think it's going to be way easier to do that kind of build, and I'm really happy about that, because I've been pushing this build away. I mean, I've been trying to find an excuse to not do it, and the excuse was always that the roofing were really difficult, but I've been having this build in my mind for so long that now, with the new roofs, I can finally play around and try this, and I think I'm going to try all the new roofs within this build. So when I'm actually recording this voiceover, I haven't tried yet the new roofings. I've been watching them, playing around with them, but not really trying them on a build. And I have to say that I'm really excited to do that, but I don't really have that much time right now, and I think you're going to see this on the channel. I will not be uploading videos as often as I did, because I actually had a holiday break a couple weeks ago. We've had an entire week break to just relax, and there was Halloween and everything. We had a break basically. And I planned at the time to record a lot of voiceover and do a few videos so that I would have a little bit of advance for the few weeks that were to come, because I'm having a lot of exams currently, and so I don't have that much free time. Unfortunately, during the break, I got sick and I lost my voice, and because I planned on doing a lot of voiceover at the time, doing a voiceover without having a voice is actually kind of difficult. Believe me, it's really difficult. And so, yeah, I couldn't do all the videos I was thinking to do, and this video was actually one of those videos that I wanted to work on during the holidays, but I couldn't do that. So yeah, there's not going to be as much videos as I intended to be, but yeah. Anyway, there's going to be videos anyway. So right now we're working on the first bedroom, which is going to be the bedroom of the stressed out sim. And as I said, I tried to go for something really tied up and really clean. That's why the bedroom is really white. And it's because I think this sim is quite neat, and that comes from the fact that she's always stressed out. She's always thinking about the future. She's really focused on her studies, and I mean, now that she's graduated from university, she's really focusing on her job, and she doesn't really have a social life. And what I was actually thinking for how she got to meet the other two girls, which I'm going to talk about when we are going to do their bedrooms. I was thinking that maybe, when she got into university, she was really focusing on her studies, as I said. But one day she thought, why not just try and enjoy her youth and go to a party? And she went to that party and she met one of those girls there. And that's how she started to hang out with those two, and how she, well, basically had her best friends to live with. And yeah, I think she's the most stressed out of them all. And I've placed this little chair just in front of the window because that was where I was thinking she could read a book while watching basically the city live without her really living in it in a way, because she's always working basically. She doesn't really live. So yeah, right now I'm working on the downstairs bathroom. At first I thought that placing the shower just in front of the window was kind of weird, because maybe there will be some neighbors with a telescope watching over. So that's why I've placed this cupboard between the window and the shower, because I was so stressed out. I mean, it's kind of weird, to place showers just in front of windows, even in The Sims. I mean, Sims doesn't really care about this. And I think you can see this actually in the Rags to Riches series of the Sim Supply. He can just place a shower in the lot, and if the Sim is not on the lot, apparently they cannot see you naked within the shower, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so right now we've moved on to the upstairs, and I'm working right now on the, office space of the apartment. And there's a lot of different items, decorative items, that shows that there's people working on that computer. And I was also thinking, of course, of the girls sleeping downstairs. But what I was imagining actually was that there was the girl living downstairs would be the one who wants to become a well-known writer, or actually she's working in the writer career. Right now, the bedroom we are working on is the bedroom of the party animal, and I was thinking that she would be in the social media career, so she would need a computer as well. And the other girl, we are going to be working on the bedroom in a few seconds now. She would be into the art critic career, so she would need a computer as well. So I think one computer isn't enough in this apartment, but I think it can be quite easy to place a computer in this apartment on another place. But I didn't want to go for that, because for the story I was imagining for the people living in this apartment, I thought, they were not really that wealthy, even though the apartment ended up worthing, I think this apartment worth is worth, sorry, I think maybe 30 or 40,000 simoleons, something like that. But, you know, I was thinking maybe their parents helped them or something like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to go for that, and maybe one computer was enough because computers are quite expensive. So, yeah, maybe only one computer is enough in this apartment. So, to just talk about the bedrooms, I was talking about something else on. As you may have seen, there's the DJ booth, and I tried to go for something maybe more with a teenage feel because I don't think she's someone who really wants to become an adult. You know, she just wants to have fun. She just wants to enjoy her life, and she's actually the perfect opposite of the really stressed out girl. She doesn't care about tomorrow. She lives day by day, and yeah, she's really having a lot of fun, and this is all she's living basically. And now we're working on the third and last bedroom, which is going to be the bedroom of the girl who's really into arts. And I played around with the wallpaper so that, you know, it could show the contrast between dark green and light green. And I will be placing an easel, and so this bedroom is really green. And I don't know, this is a color that I've been really liking since I've been playing The Sims 4. I don't know why, before I didn't really care about that color, but since The Sims 4 I've been really in love with that color. So yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to talk about in this video, so I'm going to leave you here. Of course, if you like this apartment, you can download it on the gallery either using the link I've put in the description or looking for my origin ID, which is Majam11. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or to subscribe on my channel. That would be really nice and encouraging. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye everyone!